Sunram. Sunram finds an OC, left pocket three on the way. Tickles a twine.
Now it's Maddie Bass on the drive. Bass, nice move, and Bass with an easy layup.
To the feet, Ruppel brought back down. O'Connor, though, lost the grab, and down to the mat. Ruppel with a chance for a pin with a minute 15. There it is.
Pick and roll, Kaloran. Hooks it underneath, and a bunny for Hannig.
Right side to Charlie Shaw. Shaw looks right, drives in, attacks the double team, and splits him for the layup.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday afternoon inside the W.E. Osmond Fieldhouse on the campus of Valley City State University. This is the final day of the Barnes County Girls Basketball Tournament here on yourliveevent.com. Pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Started today. South Border and Wyndmere Lidgerwood here for our Consolation Championship. South Border at 1-2 on the season for head coach Jamie Bittner's club, losing to Valley City in the opener on Tuesday, 93-18. Then upending Enderlin on Thursday, 54-46. Yesterday, South Border with Macy Munson with 40 points and 27 rebounds so far in this tournament. And then you had Caseman with 16 points and 7 rebounds as well. She did all her damage yesterday in that consolation semifinal here for the South Border Mustangs. Well, for the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds, 2-1 on the year, head coached by Rylan Gunsmer. Lost to Lamorla Marion 53-30 on Tuesday, but defeated White Shield 81-20 yesterday. Valerie Mendoza, 22 points. You have the 34 points, 7 rebounds of Emerson Johnson, and Jurdy, the 5'11 senior center, with 14 points and 6 boards here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, as the South Border Mustangs again were led yesterday in their win over Enderlin by Macy Munson with 32 points and 24 rebounds. And then while you had on the other side here for the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they again were led by the 21 points of Emerson Johnson. It's the Warbirds and it's the Mustangs for our 5th place consolation championship here, and then we will get to our 3rd place game featuring Lamorla Marion and Maple River, and then the championship with Northern Cass and also with Valley City. We'll take a quick break. When we come back next, we'll let you also know what's going on yourliveevent.com. That and more are still to come here throughout the course of the weekend here on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
It's easy to see yourself here at Valley City State University, where faculty know your name and your dreams, where opportunities stretch as far as your aspirations and your interests drive your college experience. Here you'll find a community that supports you in every aspect of college life, and you'll leave ready to make a difference in the world. See yourself at VCSU. Schedule a tour today.
Wyndmere Auto is your hometown auto and egg parts store. Their dedicated staff at Wyndmere Auto provides service and repair on cars, tractors, and trucks. In addition to auto and truck service, Wyndmere Auto has supplies from hardware and plumbing to agriculture solutions to local specialty products, and sells and installs tires. Wyndmere Auto will strive to give you the best service at the greatest value possible. For shop hours, specials, or auto products, go online to WyndmereAuto.com. Wyndmere Auto, located at 500 Highway 13 West in Wyndmere.
Every Wednesday night.
High school basketball here today continues on our pregame show, again brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Here in this one as the Warbirds and the Mustangs tangle here in this contest. Still to come on yourliveevent.com here throughout the course of the weekend. Wrestling fans, we will have the Carrington Girls Individual Tournament that it's currently in action in Carrington. You have Brent Dick and Gray Grenz on the coverage for you there. And then tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, our coverage of the boys tournament gets underway as well. So that again will be going on in Carrington. From that particular juncture, you will have the boys tomorrow again at 10 o'clock in the morning. Currently, on yourliveevent.com, a little bit later on tonight, Minnesota boys hockey, Matamidi goes to War Road. Also this evening, Cherry against Ina Borup West in a really good boys basketball contest in Minnesota. Tomorrow we will have a couple of more North Dakota basketball games. Langdon Area Munich makes their way to Central Cass for a contest with the Squirrels in girls basketball. Then you got Maple River against Lisbon in a season opener in boys hoops tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. And from there, also more boys basketball. Central Cass going up against Hillsboro Central Valley. For more information throughout the course of the week, simply go to our website. That again is yourliveevent.com, or subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event. You can check out all the games throughout the course of the week into the weekend, and also the yourliveevent.com Coaches Show Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, dive into some of the players who have had themselves a pretty nice tournament so far here for South Border and the Warbirds. That's to come here on yourliveevent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
As we come back here in Valley City, South Border looking for their second win of the season, trying to get to 2-2 on the year. South Border last year finished 2-18 overall. Well, for the Warbirds, looking for win number 3 of the season, currently 2-1. Wyndmere Lidgerwood the last couple seasons just getting a little bit better. 3 years ago went 5-16. 2 years ago went 9-13, and last year they went 12-11, looking to add on to those win totals here this season. Couple players to watch out for South Border. Obviously, it's Macy Munson, as she tied a consolation tournament record here on yesterday with her 32 points. Ty Lettenmeyer from Barnes County North back in 2001 with those 32 points against Verona in that contest, so she will try to add to that in a really good performance again. 40 points, 27 rebounds so far here in the tournament. The scoring was helped out with Caseman, the 5'6" sophomore guard, hit a couple three-pointers in their win over the Enderlin Eagles. Also had 16 points in the game for the Mustangs. Well, for the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds, obviously Valerie Mendoza and Emerson Johnson in the backcourt have had nice contests throughout this tournament. Then you've seen a little bit of Summer Steinhaus with Maria Jurdy as well in the front court here for the Warbirds. They've had a good balance from 3 to 4 players. You also included Dodson running there, who can get some rebounds, get some putbacks throughout the course of the season as well. Here for the Warbirds, so far leading the way with a couple made threes in this tournament. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood is Mendoza, 2 threes, 8 of 9 from the free throw line as well. Here for the Warbirds. Warbirds shooting 40% in this tournament from the floor, 17% from the land of 3, 60% from the free throw line. Yesterday they hit their first 19 free throws in the game against White Shield. While for South Border, they're shooting 28% from the floor, 2 of 17 from the three-point line here for the Mustangs, and 63% from the charity stripe at 26 of 41. Again, 2 of 17 from the land of 3. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. To get a free quote, start today. Go to IrieInsurance.com. We're back after this with the starting lineups here in Valley City.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halsted, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halsted Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halsted Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying solutions for these limiting factors. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we get ready for the starting lineups, first for the South Border Mustangs, they're going to roll like this. Part of their starting five, head coached by Jamie Bittner with a mark of 1-2 on the season. South Border will go like this. Carlene Andre, the 5'10 sophomore forward. Andre at 5'10. Macy Munson, the 5'9 senior guard. From there, you'll also have Camden Weiss, the 5'6 junior, with Meyer, the 5'7 guard. And then rounding out the starting five here today for South Border again is Caseman. Andre with Macy Munson, Weiss, Meyer, and Caseman here for South Border. Head coach, again, is Jamie Bittner, averaging 33 points per game defensively, giving up 72. Now to the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they'll go like this. Valerie Mendoza, the 5'5 junior guard. Mendoza at 5'5. Summer Steinhaus, the 5'8 senior forward. Steinhaus again at 5'8. Emerson Johnson, the 5'9 senior. From there, you also will have Dotson Rod, Samantha, Sam for short, the 5'10 senior forward, and then Jurdy, the 5'11 senior center. Mendoza, Steinhaus, Johnson, Dotson Rod, and Jurdy. Rylan Gunsmer, the head coach for the Warbirds, 2-1 on the season, averaging 57 points per game, while defensively giving up 38 points per contest. Our officials here in this one, Tommy Bergen, Ron Nudell, and Mark Gabrood here today, our three-man officiating crew. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you for our second game on the consolation side of the bracket here. Winner, though in the fifth place, able to win 2 out of 3 games here in Valley City this week. And when you can do that, you feel pretty good about yourself going to the rest of the season, as the Warbirds will make their way to Enderlin on Thursday. Well, for the, for South Border, they'll make their way to Enderlin on Thursday. Opening tap at 4:42, won here by the Warbirds. While for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they'll be going to Wilmot, South Dakota on December the 20th, a week from today. By the way, I forgot to ask our camera guy, Joey Hughes, if he believes in superstitions. It is Friday the 13th, after all. Valerie Mendoza missing the shot. Rebound comes down on the interior. South Border will have it now. That'll be with Macy Munson. Warbirds, little 2-3 matchup zone. Weist back to the top of the key as they reverse it now to Meyer to the baseline here for South Border. High post touch. That'll go to Andre as they leave it now to Weist. Back up top, thinking about a three was Caseman. Thought better of it as they go on the short corner. Here's a couple of dribbles by Munson, and this one will go out of bounds. And a turnover here on the Mustangs. That'll be their first. As Emerson Johnson sees this for the 5'9 senior guard. Right-handed side to Summer Steinhaus. Steinhaus looking for a teammate. There's a jab step as Steinhaus will take the dribble. Looking for it backdoor now to Mendoza. Mendoza thought about a three for a second. Now she'll launch. Three-pointer on the way. Got her set feet. That will be out of bounds, and it will be Warbirds who will handle the basketball. So again, a chance to win 2 out of 3 games here on a college level court, something that you'll see at the district tournament when it comes to the District 1 teams in Region 1. And if you make it to the regional or state, you'll see that as well later on as the season continues. Emerson Johnson on the inside is going to drive, hits the bottom of the back, the bottom of the rim. Rebound comes down on the inside here to South Border with Weist. Now with Macy Munson in the front court. Munson with a pass. It's going to get intercepted by Emerson Johnson. Johnson up the floor to Mendoza. Mendoza going hard to the paint, off the window. No rebound. Put back. Emerson got it for 2. Emerson Johnson with her first 2 points, and will get a timeout on the floor. A quick 30 here for head coach Jamie Bittner on our Bank North scoreboard.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors. making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
2-0, Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the advantage here with 6:33 left to play here in the opening quarter. Mustangs will utilize it now with Macy Munson. Munson will cross the timeline into the front court, leaves it right-handed side to Meyer. Meyer here between the circles. That'll go to Weiss, back to Meyer. High post touch as South Border then will travel with the basketball with Andre. So Carolyn will have it 3 possessions and 3 turnovers here for the South Border Mustangs against this matchup zone defense for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As you will see the Warbirds here in the front court left-handed side, that'll be to Summer Steinhaus. Steinhaus with a driving kick to Dotsenrod. Dotsenrod with a dribble, gives it now up top to Emerson Johnson. Johnson jumper from 12 feet, that'll be off the mark. Rebound goes down to Mendoza. Valerie back to Emerson, they work it to Jurdy. Jumper from 10, Jurdy shot off the heel of the rim, and a rebound comes down to South Border here with Munson. Macy Munson up the side. On the far side of the floor, reverse pivots here, gives it right-handed side as this will go to Caseman. Caseman looking for a teammate, and then eventually you'll see Mendoza with the steal. Mendoza up the floor to Emerson Johnson. Johnson with the step now to Steinhaus. Steinhaus with a jumper from 13 feet, rattling in for 2. Sumner Steinhaus, second player in the scoring column here for the Warbirds. And it's 4-0 early in favor of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Near sideline goes to Macy Munson. Munson getting hounded there by Emerson Johnson, and eventually you'll see Meyer with it, back to Weiss. Weiss goes to Caseman, to Weiss here, open left wing three-pointer, got it. Camden Weiss with the triple. Weiss and Caseman, they got the green light if they're open to shoot that three-pointer, and the Mustangs are back within 1. On the interior here for South Border, jumper by Jurdy will be rattling out, and the rebound comes down to Meyer. Meyer here for the South Border Mustangs brings it in the front court as she does to Caseman. That'll go through her hands, and we'll see a turnover here on the Mustangs. It'll be their 4th. Substitutions as Megan Munson will check in. Also, Clipful will come into the game. Yeah, Annison Doan for the first time returning into the contest. And then you got Kinley Volk, the 5'4 junior guard, newly inserted as well. Valerie Mendoza, front court, left-handed side. That'll go to the teammate there in Johnson as they work it around the horn. Here goes Mendoza off the flex cut, off the window, good for 2 for the Warbirds. As the Warbirds with Dotsenrod using that flex cut to make it a 6-3 contest here. Third different player for the Warbirds early in the scoring column here, midway through quarter number 1 on the Bank North scoreboard. Clipful will go to the baseline. That'll be to Volk, high post touch to Munson. That's Megan. Megan gets a double team and a turnover. Outlet pass goes to Emerson Johnson. Johnson sees the Mustangs get by her, as now will be to the right-handed side to Dotsenrod. Back to Emerson. Open three-pointer off the front of the rim. No. Rebound goes out to Macy. Macy Munson here in transition for the Mustangs. Going to go hard to the paint off the window. Got it to go. Tough angle, but Macy finishes for 2. It's now a 6-5 contest here with 3:40 left to play here in this first quarter. Mendoza at the right wing, as Mendoza is going to drive, and she will step out of bounds, and a turnover for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As you will see, South Border right now with Macy Munson. Munson into the front court. Will give it left-handed side now to Doan. High post touch. As this one will go to Munson. Munson with it on the interior. Shot will be off the iron. Rebound comes down to Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Up the other side of the floor to Emerson Johnson here. Johnson left-handed layup for 2. Nicely done by Steinhaus. Getting her head up the floor immediately. Finding Emerson Johnson. 8-5 here in favor of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Munson to the left of the key. 2-3 zone will continue here for the Warbirds with Mendoza and Johnson playing up top. And Johnson got her hand on the basketball, tipped it to Macy. As Macy Munson right now takes the ball screen. Shot clock to 15 seconds. Kinley Volk back to Macy. Munson couple of dribbles to Clipful. This to have a deep two-pointer. That'll be off the mark, no good. But a rebound on the inside to Doan. And this one will go tapped out of bounds, and it will be South Border basketball. So South Border will inbound it here with Caseman, also with them with Meyer returning as well. South Border will see this here with Macy Munson. Munson between the circles now to Meyer. Meyer gives it back up top as they're reversing it to the right wing as they will handle the high post. Now to the baseline here. A couple of dribbles on the interior to Megan Munson. Goes between her legs, and Mendoza comes away with a steal. Then she's got 4 Mustangs around her, and then we'll have a jump ball as Mendoza got her hand on top of the basketball. Ron Nudell there right on the call. It's going to be 8-5. So South Border will inbound it here with 34 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for Munson. There's going to be a steal eventually by Steinhaus. And a reach on the way here for South Border. Meyer's going to get tabbed for the foul. Her first, the team's first, and the game's first with 2:23 left here in a back and forth first quarter of play. As you'll see, Wyndmere Lidgerwood with Emerson Johnson. 4 points in the game, inbounding it to Mendoza. Mustangs stay in that man pressure defense. And Wyndmere Lidgerwood will run this flex offense as they will go to right-hand side Mendoza. Mendoza with it back up top. Emerson Johnson, top of the key three-pointer. That'll rattle out. Rebound will come on the inside by Steinhaus. Put back off the window, good for 2. The one thing with the flex offense, it's going to give you 2, maybe 3 players in any particular time being about 5 to 10 feet away depending on when the shot goes off. And so if you can get 2-3 players around the rim offensively, you're going to get a chance to get some offensive putbacks, and that's what the Warbirds did there. Emerson Johnson with it. Nice bounce passes. That was unintended. Goes to the wickets of Jurdy right to Mendoza for 2. Not sure if you planned that, but regardless, it looked pretty. 12-5 in favor of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Left-handed side, we'll see this one to Caseman. Caseman lost it, then we'll see the foul on Caseman as well. Caseman will pick up the foul, her first and the team's second. 12-5, Warbirds starting to separate a little bit here in this quarter, up by 3 possessions as Bryn Williams will come in. Also, Callie Frecking into the contest for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, while Molly Hare will step in now for South Border. Also, Angel Newman, the 5'6 sophomore. Wiest returns to the floor as well. Emerson Johnson and the Warbirds shooting 6 of 15 from the floor. South Border, they have 10 fewer shots currently with 2 of 5 from the floor with those 9 turnovers. Mustangs will reverse it here. Emerson Johnson. Johnson to the left-handed side as the Warbirds with Frecking lost it for a moment. Gets the ball back, then interception with Macy Munson. Then Jurdy comes up with another side for 2. Well, you're starting 5 all in the scoring column now for the Warbirds, 14-5. Macy will see this one in the high post. Left-handed side stepping into 3 is Wiest. That'll be off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Andre. Andre with it, back to Wiest here. Back to the top of the key to Macy as they work it around the horn to Newman as they give it to the baseline here. Munson at the right wing. Back to the top to Molly Hare. Hare will see this one. She'll launch a college range 3. Book it! Molly Hare with the second made triple here for the Mustangs. 3 players in the scoring column, and Wyndmere Lidgerwood can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they want. Jurdy finds it to Johnson through her hands to Frecking as they go block to block. Johnson shot no, and then Emerson going to get tabbed for the foul. That'll be her first, the team's first of the quarter with 14.5 left on the Bank North scoreboard in the opening stanza. South Border will see this one here with Macy Munson right-handed side of Hare. Hare back to Macy. Macy at the high post, pops a pass on the inside. Good movement, can't finish. Rebound as bodies hit the deck, and another shot will be off the mark, no good. There with Camden Wiest. Everybody looks to be all right. That was scary for a moment. Wyndmere Lidgerwood leads it by 6 after 1 quarter of play.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
14-8, Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the advantage here on for one quarter play on the Bank North scoreboard. Go to iBank, go to their website that is banknorth.bank. Again, banknorth.bank here today. 14-8, Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you here as the Warbirds will handle it with Bryn Williams, as Bryn Williams will inbound the basketball as they give it now to Jurdy. Jurdy finds it to Emerson Johnson. Johnson with it on the bounce pass as this one will try to get the step through here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood as they will handle it up and over on the pass to Jurdy. And the Warbirds save it from going on a bounce there with Summer Steinhaus, but it will eventually be a turnover as Steinhaus nearly gets the ball right back on the deck, and this one will be out of play last touch off of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Good hustle there, though, for Steinhaus, able to nearly get her hand on the basketball and just trying to get another steal here for the Warbirds. Munson front court as they will handle it left-handed side to Molly Hare. Hare back to Macy, right wing now to Camden Weist as they reverse it now to Hare on the high post, and Jurdy gets the steal. Warbirds will handle it now with Emerson Johnson up the floor as this one will be a bounce pass on the interior to Jurdy. Turnaround jumper, no. Rebound will be tapped out to Frecking. Frecking left-handed side to Summer Steinhaus. Steinhaus with the bounce pass right-handed side as this one will go to Bryn Williams. Williams to Steinhaus, right wing three-pointer. That'll go off of her hand, and eventually Megan Munson will come up with the loose ball, and a foul will be on Wyndmere Lidgerwood as the Warbirds will be assessed with the foul here with Frecking. That'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. South border with Angel Newman to inbound the basketball with Munson here, as Munson will see this to the left wing with Camden Weist. Back to Munson. Munson looking for a teammate, finds one to Weist at the left wing. She'll shoot the three-pointer, got it to go. Weist has 6, and the Mustangs are up by, make that the Warbirds are up by 3, but South border back within 1 possession. Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the basketball. That'll go left-hand side to Bryn. Steinhaus will utilize it now to Emerson Johnson. Johnson weaving her way to the high post. Gives the handoff as this one will go to Frecking. To the bounce pass now to Emerson as they skip it back up top. Warbirds will see this. 15-footer on the way. Jumper got it. Frecking with the 2 points. Nice little box out, if you will, by Steinhaus to allow a clear window there for the 2 points on the way for Frecking. As you will see South Border now here at the top of the key as they give it left and inside to Camden Weist. Weist will have it on the interior. Shot will be off the mark, and a rebound comes down to the Warbirds here with Summer Steinhaus. As Steinhaus pops a pass up top to Emerson Johnson. Johnson will utilize this here between the circles with Frecking. Frecking with the basketball here at the top of the key as they go right-handed side to Bryn Williams. Williams on the right short corner to Jurdy. Now it's going to be a jumper on the way here for Bryn. That'll be off the rim, and we'll see a timeout, and we'll break with them with Jamie Bittner. Timeout on the floor here for the South Border Mustangs as we're into the couple first minutes of the second quarter.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
16-11, Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the advantage with 5:42 left to play here in the opening half. South Border will see this one here with Doan into the front court now for the Mustangs. Doan to the left-handed side as this one will go to Caseman, back to Doan. Doan reverses it right wing. That'll go to Meyer. Meyer back to top to Caseman here as they give it left-handed side to Doan. with it, trying to get it to Munson, can't find her. Now back to the top, that'll go to Meyer here as the Warbirds in a little man pressure defense after the timeout. So Macy Munson here at the top of the key. Macy at the high post to Caseman. Caseman will give a handoff here as the shot clock works its way to 3 seconds. Lane opens up Munson, then we'll see a foul with 1 second on the shot clock. Warbirds did everything perfect defensively throughout the course of that possession, but get tapped for the foul at the end with Summer Steinhaus, her first and the team's second. Fresh 35 on the shot clock. Munson gets the shot off. Jumper will be short by Bryn Williams, and the rebound comes out to Emerson Johnson. Johnson on the outlook looks for Valerie Mendoza, who saves it to Summer. Summer with the spin off the window. No, rebound comes down to Macy. Munson gives it up the floor. That'll go to Doan. Back to left wing, down to the baseline. Macy with a couple of hard dribbles as she tiptoes the sideline and a blocking foul. This one will be assessed on the Warbirds with Emerson Johnson, as Emerson is going to get tabbed for the foul. That'll be her second and the team's third, as South Border will inbound the basketball here with Doan. Doan on the inbounds. Bounce pass to Macy. Munson shot short. Rebound comes down to Valerie. Mendoza then has 3 Mustangs around her as Mendoza trying to dribble out of trouble and does. Mendoza crossing the timeline here midway through quarter number 2. Right-handed side to Emerson Johnson. Johnson looking for a cutting teammate. Finds one at the top now to Andre. Back to left wing as this one will be in the hands of Mendoza. Mendoza with a hard drive, and she will go up, and we got a foul. South Border will get tabbed for the foul here, as this one will be coming against the Mustangs and Caseman. That'll be her second. Team's first of the second quarter. Free throw opportunity for Mendoza, who's 8 of 9 from the free throw line here in the tournament. Free throw attempt will be off the mark, no good. Second free throw attempt upcoming. Free throw attempt number 2 is pure. Mendoza hits the free throw attempt now. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, as you will see this one for South Border to the left wing. Bounce pass on the inside to Megan Munson. Munson with the driving kick to the right-handed side to Meyer. Jumper, no. Rebound comes down to Dotson-Rod, and Mendoza wants to go in transition. Mendoza, left-handed side. Layup is good for 2. Summer Steinhaus now with 6. You see Munson in the front court. Warbirds 19-11, and we'll see a foul here as Munson was trying to go through the air on a little crow hop pass. Foul will be assessed on the Warbirds, as this will be on Steinhaus, her second, team's 4. So from here on out, the Mustangs are in the bonus as Jurdy will check in. Ball will go left-handed side to Munson. Munson will see this one to the baseline here at the top of the key, as now you'll see it here to Meyer, right wing, as this will be in the hands of Caseman on the interior here. Caseman trying to get the ball back. Gets deflected out of bounds into a little snack shop here at Valley City State University. Good job by Dotson getting her hand on the basketball, as you will see South Border on the inbounds. Mendoza getting on the deck here. It's still loose for a moment. Munson and Mendoza will have a jump ball on the arrow. Will stay with South Border. Jamie Bentner didn't necessarily want to burn another timeout. He's already used 2 of them here in this half, with 3:31 to play here in the second. Inbounds, Megan Munson with it, back to Macy here. Ball goes to the right-handed side, and Jurdy's going to get tabbed with the foul. Her first, team's 5th. South Border to shoot 2 with Meyer. A 5'7" senior guard Meyer is 6 of 8 from the free throw line here in this tournament so far, through 2 and now about half games. As Meyer, free throw attempt number 1 is good. Second free throw attempt on the way. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. Meyer is able to do so. South Border 3 threes, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, while for the Warbirds, they've yet to hit a 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, but they've made 6, 7, 8, 9 field goals here inside the paint. Emerson Johnson, a little step through off the window for 2. Johnson's got 6, and the Warbirds are back up by 8. South Border will see this here with Ava Meyer. Now the left-handed side. Bounce pass on the interior. Jordy's going to come away with a steal. Jordy finds Mendoza. Mendoza and the Warbirds got numbers. Mendoza able to go hard down the paint, but Macy Munson able to steal it right back. Now it's a 3-on-2 the other way. Macy going hard, and Macy will lose it for a minute. Emerson Johnson trying to get the steal, and instead will get the jump ball. Regardless, it works as Emerson comes up with the basketball here in the possession for the Warbirds, as you'll see Andre returning into the game. Also Camden Weist coming in for the Mustangs as well. 2:40 left to play in our opening half. Coming up at the halftime report, we'll recap what happened in our 7th-place game between Enderlin and White Shield. Take a look at the first half numbers, that and more coming up. Bryn Williams with the pass to Jordy. Extra fine Mendoza, college range triple. Yes, sir! Mendoza now with 6. There's the first 3 of the contest for the Warbirds. Valerie's got her 3rd of the tournament. And the Warbirds, for the first time today, lead by double digits. There's a steal as Johnson's pass goes to Valerie. Mendoza with the jumper off the front iron, no. Rebound on the interior will be with Camden Weist. Doan in the front court, right-hand side to Meyer. Meyer crossing over, going up, and she gets fouled. And Meyer will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul will be assessed on Mendoza, her first. And free throw opportunities here for the South Border Mustangs. Mustangs free throw attempt on the first is good. They came in shooting 63% from the free throw line in 2 games of the BCT. Substitutions here for the Warbirds as Summer Steinhaus and Frecking are able to return for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As you'll see, South Border free throw attempt here for Meyer is up, and it's in and out, no good. Rebound going to be 1-4 eventually by South Border. Mustangs will see this one here to Andre. Back to the top of the key as they swing it between the circles here to Newman. Newman gets cut off, extra pass. Good ball movement by South Border, and it results in another triple. Meyer buries one from the right wing. That's the 4th made 3 here for South Border. Probably the best ball movement we saw from South Border in the opening half. They're back within single digits. Mendoza to Jordy. Jordy gives the rock now to the left-handed side to Steinhaus off the window for 2. Summer Steinhaus has 8, and the Warbirds done a nice job here throughout the part of this contest, just continuing to attack the middle of the paint and the rim here. South Border with Munson leaves it right-handed side and will be out of play, and it will be last touch off of South Border. So for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, looking to find themselves back to a double-digit lead here. Mendoza taking the ball screen. As they do, Mendoza to the baseline, and then Mendoza will stop. You'll see Munson hitting the deck, and we might have an injured Mustang. We'll take a quick break after this here on your, or we'll keep it here, as just getting rolled up on the ankle a little bit there was Angel Newman. Newman's coming off under her own pressure, able to talk it over with the team. And her head coach is now South Border will look to inbound the basketball. Or excuse me, they will also make a substitution with Caseman. So you just kind of got inadvertent firepower there with Macy Munson going into Newman, and Newman will get checked out on the far sideline, making sure everything's okay. It is now Andre here to the right-handed side to Meyer. Meyer back up top to Caseman. Caseman reverses it back to Macy. Munson trying to back down Mendoza. Mendoza nearly got the poke-away steal, as this one will go between the strings now to Kinley Volk. Mendoza again going after the basketball here. It's loose, and we'll have a tie up, and the arrow favors South Border. Emerson Johnson and both her and Valerie Mendoza playing awfully aggressive in a good way here at the top of whether it's been a zone or on this man-to-man defense here, making it difficult on these Mustangs trying to dribble around them. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Someone's got to shoot. Meyer does from the parking lot. That one will be an air ball, goes out of play, and it will be Warbirds basketball. Wyndmere Lidgerwood, a pair of 14-point quarters so far. Well, for South Border, 8 in the first. Able to have 9 so far here in the second. Right-handed side will be Frecking. 7 seconds. Frecking inside to Jurdy. Jurdy will jumper from 7 feet. No. Rebound goes to Volkin. That's how we'll end our first half of play. After one half of play on the Bank North scoreboard, it's Wyndmere Lidgerwood 28, Southport of the Mustangs 17 here on your liveevent.com.
Ground North is a coffee shop and boutique located in the Bank North Mall in Lemoore, North Dakota. You can find a complete outfit at Ground North from sizes to small up to 3XL, ranging from sweaters, a variety of tops, bottoms, activewear, loungewear, and more. Ground North is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information or to check out the latest styles, go online to groundnorthboutique.com. That's groundnorthboutique.com.
The friendly staff at Lemoore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. Gear up for the winter season with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, Lemoore Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power ports. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with an Evo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of Lemoore in the Bank North Mall. For more, go to LemooreDrugstore.com or stop in and check us out.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
I'm James Jentz with RE/MAX Now, where we make the process of buying and selling property easy. This is Don. He's recently been thinking about selling his house. Here are the top 5 struggles Don is most likely to encounter. Number 1, pricing.
Somebody buy my house.
Number 2, the marketing.
Number 3, the negotiation.
4, the paperwork.
And number 5, the closing.
We can help with that. So when you want to find Realty Now, choose RE/MAX Now. Go to findrealtynow.com.
As we return here inside the W.E. Osmond Fieldhouse, it's 28-17 as the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds, and alongside with them the South Border Mustangs, here today on your liveevent.com. For Wyndmere Lidgerwood, again, a pair of 14-point quarters, 8 points in the first for South Border, 9 in the second. Team numbers also go like this. The Warbirds are 13 of 29 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from the land of 3, 1 of 2 from the stripe with 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 turnovers here for the Warbirds. While for South Border, 5 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 8 from the three-point line. They are 3 of 4 from the charity stripe, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, and 14 turnovers here for South Border. Individual numbers, Warbirds 8 points with Valerie Mendoza on 3 of 7 shooting from the floor. Valerie also with a made three-pointer and 3 steals, a little bit of everything for Mendoza. 8 points for Summer Steinhaus with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Emerson Johnson 6 points and a rebound, 2 points for Dotson-Rod, and 2 points for Jurdy as well, with Frecking having 2 off the bench. South Border paced by the 6 points of Camden Weiss, 2 made three-pointers, 6 points for Meyer with a made 3 as well. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 3 points then for Molly Hare and 2 points for Macy Munson. Munson 2 points and 4 rebounds on 1 of 5 shooting. We've seen Wyndmere Lidgerwood use a 2-3 zone in the second quarter, then in the first quarter, then use a man-to-man defense for a majority of the second quarter of play here today. Again, at the half, it's the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds 28-17 over South Border. We'll take a break when we come back after this. We'll recap what happened earlier in the day in our 7th-place game between White Shield and Enderlin. That's next here in Valley City.
It's easy to see yourself here at Valley City State University, where faculty know your name and your dreams, where opportunities stretch as far as your aspirations and your interests drive your college experience. Here you'll find a community that supports you in every aspect of college life, and you'll leave ready to make a difference in the world. See yourself yourself at VCSU. Schedule a tour today.
Wyndmere Auto is your hometown auto and egg parts store. Their dedicated staff at Wyndmere Auto provides service and repair on cars, tractors, and trucks. In addition to auto and truck service, Wyndmere Auto has supplies from hardware and plumbing to agriculture solutions to local specialty products and sells and installs tires. Wyndmere Auto will strive to give you the best service at the greatest value possible. For shop hours, specials, or auto products, go online to WyndmereAuto.com. Wyndmere Auto, located at 500 Highway 13 West in Wyndmere.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Earlier today here on YourLiveEvent.com, Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the 28-17 advantage here at the half. But earlier today, again, Enderlin defeated White Shield 70-20. The Eagles got up on the Warriors 30-5 in the first quarter. White Shield was down 33-0 after one quarter against Northern Cass, 28-0 after two quarters yesterday against the Warbirds, and then down 30-5. White Shield never played with the lead here in Valley City this week. But again, the Enderlin Eagles led by the 24 points of Aspen Schleck, the 13 points for Jenna Olson. Olson, a really productive game, 5 of 7 from the floor, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 steals in 13 minutes of action for the Enderlin Eagles. So Enderlin improves to 1-4 on the season, while White Shield again drops to 0-3. Still to come after the conclusion of this contest, around 6 o'clock, probably a little bit after 6 o'clock, probably closer to an hour from now, barring how this one goes. You'll have Maple River against Lemoore at Litchfield Marion in our third place contest in the championship game later tonight, featuring Northern Cass and the Valley City Highlanders. After this game results are over, Wyndmere Lidgerwood will make their way to Wilmot, South Dakota for their next game on December the 20th. And then open up the 2025 portion of their schedule against Sargent County on January the 3rd. While for the South Border Mustangs, they will have a rematch with Enderlin, who they beat yesterday 54-46. South Border will play at Enderlin on Thursday, then make their way to North Central South Dakota as well a week from today before playing Richland on December the 27th to close out their 2024 portion of this schedule. The Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds led by the 8 points of Mendoza and Steinhaus. South Border led by the 6 here of Meyer and also Camden Weiss with those 2 made threes. Back after this with second half action next inside the bubble. It's the Marks County Girls Basketball Tournament.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying solutions for these limiting factors. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
28-17 Warbirds out in front here over the South Border Mustangs as we'll get you ready for second half action. Our three-man officiating crew here again. Tommy Bergen alongside Ron Nudell and Mark Gubrood here for game number 2 of 4 today on the network of YourLiveEvent.com. The Warbirds 28-17 here today, and then we'll get you ready for some boys basketball throughout the weekend into next week as well. Good girls game on Monday featuring a couple of Division A Region 1 opponents with the Central Cass Squirrels going up against the Kindred Vikings. That'll be in Castleton on Monday in girls basketball. Tomorrow down in Lisbon with Maple River and the Lisbon Broncos. Hillsborough Central Valley, Central Cass, and boys hoops as well tomorrow here on YourLiveEvent.com for a little Saturday matinee. Valerie Mendoza 1-4 set. This one went off a shoe, but which shoe? And that one was off, last touch off a Jordy. So Mendoza, Jordy, Steinhaus, Johnson, and also with Dotzenrod on the floor. The original starting 5 here for the Warbirds with Riley Gutzmer to start this second half of play. Macy Munson leaves the pass, and Emerson Johnson's going to come away with a steal. As Emerson here will give it now to Summer Steinhaus. Steinhaus now to Mendoza. As Mendoza leaves it right-handed side to Steinhaus. Steinhaus up top to Jordy. Jordy with the dribble handoff now. This will go right wing. Here's a jumper on the way. Three-pointer will be off the rim. No good. Rebound coming down to Jordy. Turnaround jumper good for 2. Jordy's second chance opportunity. She's got 4. And the Warbirds lead it by a baker's dozen. As you will see Meyer left-handed side to Andre, back to Macy Munson. Munson lost it as it's on the deck with Caseman, also with Wiest is the starting 5 back on the floor here for South Border. A tie-up in the arrow will make its way towards South Border. Mustangs with 4 three-pointers here. They hit 5 field goals with 4 of them from being on the arc, and that's what's kept them in this ball game here today. Double team comes. Munson trying to get out in front of Emerson Johnson. Emerson able to get there defensively, and the Warbirds will force essentially another turnover here, as you will see Wyndmere Lidgerwood with the ball. Emerson Johnson with Valerie Mendoza here, as Mendoza will cross the timeline now for the Warbirds. As she does, right-handed side to Emerson Johnson. Johnson gives it back to the top of the key to Jordy. Jordy with the handoff here for the Warbirds. Bounce pass, right-handed side. Here's a 3 on the way for Emerson. That'll rattle off the mark. Ball out of play, and it will be South Border with the basketball. 16-11 at the 5:42 mark of the second quarter for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. They just kept adding on to the lead since then. Right-handed side. Here's a deep three-pointer on the way. That'll be off the mark by Camden Wiest, but the putback by Munson can't find the bottom of the rim, and this will be tapped out of play. Last touch here by South Border. Warbirds, game number 4 of their season, looking for win number 3, while for South Border, this is game number 4 of their season as well, as they're looking for win number 2 here today. Emerson Johnson spins, gives it to Jordy. Jordy from 15 feet, no. Rebound, put back, can't get it to go for Dotzenrod. It's still loose on the interior, and the tie-up in the arrow this time will make its way towards South Border. A little choppy start to quarter number 3, just with the handful of jump balls that we've had so far in the opening. Not even 2 minutes here of this third quarter. Both teams with 0 team fouls. Warbirds with all 5 timeouts remaining, while South Border, they have 3. And South Border will see this now with Caseman. Caseman to the high post. Double team coming. And you'll see the Warbirds hitting the deck with Summer Steinhaus. And Riley Gutzmer is going to save the possession there with the timeout. 5:50 left to play on the Bank North scoreboard here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
All right, on cue, Bank North timeout here today on yourliveevent.com on the Bank North scoreboard. That is Bank North, a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. Go to banknorth.bank for more information. After the timeout here, Valerie Mendoza, right-handed side to Steinhaus. Steinhaus pops it past to Jurdy. Jurdy looking for the dribble handoff, and there's a steal for South Border as Meyer with the right-handed scoop and score. Meyer's got 8 points off the turnover here for South Border, and also in transition as they will handle the basketball. Now to 11 points. Warbirds with Mendoza going into a crowd, and this is one thing we saw South Border do a better job of against the Enderlin Eagles yesterday, was packing the paint on the drives by Enderlin, doing a little bit better here in this third quarter play with that help and really packing the about 5 to 10 feet away from the rim. Summer Steinhaus on the inbounds, finds Emerson Johnson. Johnson with it on the pass to Steinhaus here, left-handed side, as this one will go to Dotzenrod. Dotzenrod on the interior. Here's a jumper. Shot will be short there by Bryn Williams. Tapped, and Williams saves this one, looking for it on the interior, and it will go out of bounds. Turnover on the Warbirds here, and if you're South Border, make a couple of stops, and all of a sudden, if you can cash in offensively, you can get this one back down to single digits, as the Mustangs will try to get to that point before the end of this quarter, if not even more. Megan Munson reverse it around the horn, as this one will end up in the hands of Caseman, but Emerson Johnson gets the steal, and Johnson looking for a score the other way. Shot and can't get it. Good hustle by Meyer to get back defensively and throw up a little bit of a wall around Emerson. Mendoza with the hustle was able to beat Macy Munson to the spot, but then eventually does get tabbed for the blocking foul. That'll be her second in the team's first of the quarter, as Macy Munson will inbound the basketball as she does for South Border here to Meyer. Right-handed side, South Border with Macy. Macy leaves it to the right wing, back to the top of the key here to Molly Hare. Hare to the near sideline of Megan Munson as they weave it around the horn here for South Border. South Border back to the top to Munson here. Munson with the turnaround jumper, can't get it. That's Macy, and then a foul, and then Megan Munson trying to hustle after that one as Steinhaus gets the box out, and this one will go out of play and towards the Warbirds. A couple of hard hits on the deck here so far in this contest, as Bryn Williams at the top finds Mendoza. Mendoza at the right wing. Mendoza crossing over now. Couple of dribbles to the baseline. Mendoza finds a cutting Johnson. Emerson with the spin. Bounce pass. Oh, what a find by Emerson on the bounce pass. Dotzenrod going to get fouled, and we'll head to the line to shoot 2. Foul will be on South Border and Megan Munson. That'll be her first, team's first of quarter number 3, and free throws on the way here for the Warbirds. Free throw attempt is up and good. Dotzenrod now with 3. For the Warbirds, they're 2 of 3 at the line here in this contest. And now make them 3 of 4. Dotzenrod goes 2 of 2 from the stripe, and the Warbirds add on to their advantage. 32 points to 19 on the Bank North scoreboard here for the Warbirds. There's a steal on the way by Bryn Williams. Williams up the floor to Emerson Johnson. Johnson on the near sideline takes the ball screen. Little give and go by Steinhaus to Johnson off the rim. Emerson gets another opportunity off the window. No, ball's loose underneath, and then we're going to get a jump ball, or we'll get the foul here as Ron Newdell's going to come across and going to say that there was a foul on the Warbirds here with Dotzenrod. So Dotzenrod going to get tabbed for the foul. Her first, team second. As Clipful will check in for South Border. While on the opposite side for the Warbirds, Frecking is able to return. Jurdy also on the floor with Steinhaus, Johnson, and Mendoza. Macy Munson right-handed side with Hare. Hare with the basketball back to the top of the key to Clipful as they reverse it now to Munson. Macy gives it to Megan. Munson here at the top of the key, left-handed side now to Doan. Doan back to Macy here. Munson crossing over on Mendoza, looking for it left short corner with the pass to Clipful. Clipful 15-footer, jump shot no. Rebound. Clipful will hustle after this one for the Mustangs. Clipful right-handed side to Molly Hare. Hare with the drive, leaves it now to Macy. Munson step through, and there's a Warbird to come up with it with Jurdy. Outlet pass goes to Emerson Johnson, and Johnson just waits for everybody to hustle back down the other end of the floor. Right-handed side to Steinhaus. Jumper from 17 feet. That'll be long. Rebound on the hands of Macy Munson. Munson to the front court for South Border as she goes hard on the inside. Runner from 15. This one will be loose on the interior. Eventually won by South Border. Shot no. Rebound, though, goes to Megan Munson after the miss by Doan. Munson hits the side of the backboard, and this will go out of play and towards Wyndmere Lidgerwood. South Border here with Meyer will inbound the basketball here. As she will with 2:33 left to play here in the third quarter. 32-19 Warbirds getting out in front. Mendoza across the timeline here to the right-handed side. As this one will go up and over on the pass to Jurdy. Jurdy off the window for 2. Jurdy's got 6 points. Warbirds lead it by 15. This game's starting to teeter a little bit late in quarter number 3. South Border right-handed side to Meyer. Meyer at the right wing, back up top to Clipful. Clipful with the jab step leaves it left-handed side to Molly Hare. Hare back to the top of the key, or excuse me, that's Doan. Now it's Megan Munson. Munson loses it for a moment. As this would be a bounce pass inside to Doan off the mark. No, rebound comes down on the inside. Block shot, that's Hare. Block shot coming by Jurdy on the outlet pass. They're looking up the floor to Emerson Johnson, able to handle it. And Emerson then's going to hit the deck, and ripping it away from her is Molly Hare. Hare with it, leaves it right-hand side to Doan. Doan 15-footer, rattling out no good. Jurdy comes up with it. Jurdy's going to make the pass, and now the Warbirds will be out in front with Emerson Johnson. Johnson right-handed layup for 2. Johnson with 8 points. Warbirds lead it by 17. That's for South Border, left-handed side, Molly Hare. Hare here at the top of the key, left wing to Clipful. Clipful at the left wing, free throw line extended, and Mendoza's going to come away with a steal. Mendoza trying to go coast to coast on Megan Munson with a little contact and count it. Valerie Mendoza now in double digits with 10. Foul will be on South Border. That'll be Megan Munson, her second. Team second, as well as South Border. We'll see Wyndmere Lidgerwood make a couple of substitutions as Bryn Williams and Reese Hosford will check into the game, as South Border right now getting doubled up here against the Warbirds. Mendoza, a right-handed toss for the three-point opportunity is good now with 11. Mendoza will check out as Dotson-Rod will come back into the game. With 65 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, 39-19. Wyndmere Lidgerwood out in front. Right-handed side is this one to go to Ava Meyer. Back to the top of the key to Clipful as they work it around the horn. Hare looking for a teammate, finds one in Megan Munson. Couple hard dribbles down the paint for 2. Megan Munson gets her first field goal of the evening. 39-21 now Warbirds. See that lead trimmed to 18 for the time being. Steinhaus. Warbirds, if they really got a shot off quickly, they could have had a 2-for-1. They still might, who knows. Here's a shot, no. Rebound, put back. Another opportunity there by Dotson-Rod, can't go. But the third time, no, off the mark as well by Steinhaus. And then we got a jump ball on the arrow. Will stay with Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As you will see, the Warbirds here leaving it to the left-handed side, coming off the ball screen. This one gets tapped out of bounds. And it will be South Border that will see this on the baseline here. As Wyndmere Lidgerwood with Summer Steinhaus will inbound the basketball. Steinhaus leaves it left-handed side, as this one will go to Frecking. Frecking with the spin now to Bryn Williams to the baseline. Jumper is in for 2. Dotson-Rod is able to finish with a 2-point. She's got 6. And now you'll see South Border the other side with Clipful to the baseline here. South Border turnaround jumper, no. Rebound comes down to Wyndmere Lidgerwood, and that's how we're going to end our third quarter of play. After 3 quarters of play from Valley City, it's a 21-point margin for the Warbirds.
And from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side. Corner 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we go to the fourth quarter play, 41-21 Warbirds with the advantage. They outscore the Mustangs 13-4 in the third quarter. 11 points for Valerie Mendoza, 8 points apiece for Summer Steinhaus and Emerson Johnson here in this one for the Warbirds. Well, for South Porter, led by the 8 points of Meyer and the 6 for Camden Wiest here in this one. Right-handed side as Macy Munson's had difficulty trying to get anything going offensively here today after again having those monstrous numbers of a double-double in their win against the Enderlin Eagles. Left wing, this one will go to Kinley Volk. Now to the baseline here to the top to Camden Wiest. Wiest looking for it on the interior, nothing there. Now back up top to Caseman. This one goes to Macy. Bounce pass. Caseman will step through. Nice find with the count it continuation. Good start if you're a South Border fan there for a three-point opportunity, and Caseman able to finish with the left hand off the window. Bucket's good. Foul will be tabbed on Wyndmere Lidgerwood here. Emerson Johnson, her third, team's first. Three-point opportunity on the way is up, and it's in. So Caseman will finish with the free throw attempt. She's 5 of 5 from the free throw line here in this tournament now. As Steinhaus goes left wing, back up top as this one will go to Dotson-Rod. Dotson-Rod between the circles to Emerson Johnson. Bounce pass off the window. Can't get it to go for Steinhaus. Put back is good for 2 by Dotson-Rod. She's got 8. 43-24. Warbirds with the advantage with 7 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. There's a spin by Munson. Munson, right on cue. Able to get right to the 10, and that's one of the very few times we haven't seen the Warbirds really help on the drive of Macy. Nice spin move there by the sophomore. As you will see it right wing. Steinhaus gets walled off there to Jurdy. Back to top to Mendoza. Mendoza with the ball screen here to the baseline. Nice bounce pass on the interior. Turnaround jumper in for 2. Summer Steinhaus has got 10 points for the Warbirds now as it's 45-26. Munson at the top of the key. Macy will see this one to the left-handed side. Andre feeds a pass now to Kinley Volk as they work it around on the interior to Andre. Shot no off the side of the backboard. Rebound comes down to Emerson Johnson and Mendoza. And the Warbirds can slow this one up if they elect to a little bit here as this game continues. Jurdy, though, wants a quick turnaround jumper on a 1-4 set. Partially blocked as Wiest clears the miss. Now it's to Munson. Macy Munson making her way hard to the paint. Lost it on the way up, trying to throw it off. A Warbird does, and it will be South Border with the basketball. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll get to our player of the game. Also from there, we'll get to our play of the contest brought to you by Agassi Precision Egg. That and more still to come with 5:58 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jumper by Munson is going to be off the mark. Rebound comes down to the Warbirds here with Dotson-Rod. Now will be on the other side for Mendoza. Valerie Mendoza with the step through. Mendoza will see a jump ball, and the arrow will stay here with South Border. The South Border will make a substitution here with Ava Meyer. Wyndmere Lidgerwood will have Summer Steinhaus to inbound the basketball. As Steinhaus does. Looking for a teammate, finds one to Mendoza. She's open, left wing 3 on the way. Valerie got it. Valerie Mendoza with the triple. She's got 14 points, her second main 3 here for the Warbirds. 48-26, 5:30 left in the fourth quarter. Stepping into a 3 now for South Border off the mark by Newman. And a rebound coming here to Dotson-Rod. Mendoza will get cut off here. As Mendoza gives it to Emerson Johnson. Johnson able to spin. Johnson sees a lane open up, partially deflected shot. No rebound comes down now to Macy Munson. Ball's going to get kicked, and this one might be off of Macy as we will go. Nope, we will stay with South Border. 48-26, make that 5:08 left to play here in the fourth. As you will see, South Border inbounding the basketball. Ball's going to get tipped out of bounds. Mendoza's able to tip that one out of play, and it will stay South Border basketball. South Border 17 points in the first half, just 9 here in the second for the Warbirds. 20 points in the second half after having 28 in the first, and the Warbirds are going to force, well, for the moment, they will force a steal, and this one will go out of bounds. 5:01 here in quarter number 4. Still to come, our third place contest featuring Maple River and Lemoore Litchfield Marion, the Lobos. A little bit later on here, just after the 6 o'clock hour. Championship following that with Northern Cass in Valley City. Emerson Johnson leaves it up top as the Warbirds give it to Mendoza, left wing 3. Valerie's got another one. Mendoza with 17. Her third made 3 for the 5'5" junior guard. South border with Munson. Munson driving kick. This will be left and inside 3-pointer on the way for Caseman. Long rebound comes out to Meyer. Back to the top as this will be in the hands of Macy. Eventually almost a turnover as now Meyer will come into a shot. No. Rebound on the interior for South border. Mustangs, we'll see this one eventually by Jurdy, and now Emerson Johnson, inadvertent elbow to the face of Angel Newman as just trying to clear out a little bit of a room. Now it's to Mendoza, bounce past to Steinhaus, and there's a foul as bodies continue to hit the floor. It feels like a roller derby out here. 51-26 with 4:09 left here in the fourth quarter as we'll see free throws here for Steinhaus. Steinhaus has 10 points in the game. Foul here on South Border will be with Angel Newman, her first, team's first of the fourth quarter. There's now free throws attempts here for Summer. Steinhaus is able to hit the first with 10, now make it 11 points. Bryn Williams will check in. Also coming in will be Callie Frecking. While for South Border, the Mustangs here with Addison Doan will check into the contest, back into the game. Megan Munson also in. As you will see the Warbirds shooting a free throw attempt here for Summer Steinhaus as everybody went after one free throw the other side of the floor. So we'll get a second one here for Steinhaus after they had the substitution. And Steinhaus gets to hit the second one now with 12 points in the contest. 53-26 here at the 4-minute mark of quarter number 4. Left-handed side with the basketball is Caseman. Caseman's going to drive, and then there's the foul. Steinhaus or Johnson's going to pick up the foul. This one will go on Emerson. That'll be your fourth, team's second, and 2 free throws upcoming here as Caseman will head to the free throw line where she has 3 points so far here in this contest. 1 from the stripe, but misses that free throw attempt. Substitution as Molly Hare will return here for South Border. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here is good. So Caseman able to go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 53-27 Warbirds. Emerson Johnson bounce pass right-handed side to Steinhaus. Steinhaus will use the basketball here off her left shoe, and eventually a turnover for Doan. And Doan trying to go coast to coast, left-handed layup, can't get it. Rebound comes down to South Border though. Angel Newman, and then still hustling after it. Bryn Williams. Williams going to come up with the steal. Emerson Johnson in the front court going to slow it up now here for the Warbirds. Johnson pops a pass now to Steinhaus. Steinhaus looking on the flex cut, finds one there, and Bryn Williams who loses it as it will be Newman. Newman crossing over left to right. Newman to the paint off the window for 2. Angel Newman gets in the scoring column now for the Mustangs. 53-29 Warbirds. We'll see this on the far side of the floor with Bryn Williams. Williams takes the screen to the right wing to Johnson. Johnson with the skip left in side to Frecking. Frecking will utilize this. Left wing now to Bryn on the interior here. Warbirds will see a foul on the floor after the post presence of Dotson Rod. And the foul will be on South Border here. This will be on Caseman, her third, and the team's second. Substitution is Clipful will check in here for the Warbirds. For South Border. Rylan Gutzmer will see the Warbirds here with this result, improved to 3-1 on this season. As ball gets swung to left-hand side, and then the Warbirds will have just one more game here in the month of December. Back to the top to Bryn Williams. Williams on the interior to Johnson. Johnson off the window, and Emerson gets fouled. 8 points in the game, and Rylan Gutzmer is going to nearly clear the bench here with 4 players checking in after this free throw attempt for Emerson. Emerson Johnson consistent here throughout this tournament. Free throw attempt is up and in with 43 points, scored in every quarter here for the Warbirds today. As we see substitutions coming in here of Tegan Bowenstengel, also Macy Gockler will check in with Loretta Quam as well. Get to 2 more substitutions after this free throw attempt here for Emerson. Second one is good. Emerson with 10 points. You'll see Paisley Urbis also into the contest. And then from there with Reese Hosford. So the Warbirds again will improve to 3-1 on the year. South Border is going to drop to 1-3 on the season. Left inside goes to Molly Hare. Hare back up top as they're able to skip it now to Newman. Newman, nice little give and go off the window. No good there by Doan. Ball will be tapped out, and it will be South Border basketball. As the Mustangs here with Doan will inbound it on the baseline. Doan looking for a teammate, finds one coming through for 2. Megan Munson now with 4 points, her second made field goal. Warbirds here with Reese Hosford in the front court as Hosford finds a teammate there to Macy Gockler, but then over the outstretched hands of Gockler, and a turnover here on Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As you will see South Border inbounding the basketball now as they will see it with Doan. Doan into the front court between the circles. On the little flex cut there for Hare. Hare spins at the right block off the window. No. Rebound gets tapped out in the hands of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. As the Warbirds will see this with Macy Gockler make that Reese Hosford. Right-handed side. Newman with the pass, and we'll get the foul here on South Border. Angel Newman's going to get tabbed for the foul. That'll be her second and the team's third as Wyndmere Lidgerwood with Reese Hosford will inbound the basketball. South Border with Kinley Volk, the 5'4 junior guard, will check in here for the Mustangs. Warbirds on the inbounds. This one will be a turnover. Clipful able to come up with it. South Border now with Kinley Volk on the far sideline as Volk losing the basketball here, and it will go out of play as she was guarded there by the 5'6 freshman Loretta Quam. So another turnover for the Mustangs. South Border with 24 of those. Speaking of a turnover, Volk to get the steal shot is missed. Rebound comes down. Reese Hosford now in the front court. Hosford with it to Quam. Quam at the left wing. Crossing over, back up top now to Gockler. Gockler taking the ball screen here, walled off there by Megan Munson, back up top to Quam. Quam with 15 seconds on the shot clock, leaves it now to Bowenstengel, back to Gockler. Gockler tiptoes the baseline, hits the side of the backboard. Megan Munson gets the rebound as Munson right now looking for a teammate. As Munson goes right-hand side to Kinley Volk. Volk gets doubled, back to Munson. Munson here on the interior. This will be a foul, and we'll see substitutions coming as well. Molly Hare will head to the free throw line where she has 3 points so far here in this game, and it will be her first free throws of the tournament. Bowenstengel will pick the foul, her first, team's third. And here to the free throw line with 63 seconds left to play in this contest. Free throw attempt will be long. And South Border right now, again, trailing against the Anderlin Eagles, 55-31. Substitutions for both coming into the game. As now Zoe Hagan will check in here. Free throw attempt number 2 for South Border. Not going to draw iron. Maria Marquez, the 5'4 junior guard, also into the contest here for the Mustangs, as we'll have a lane violation and a redo. Alexa, the 5'5 junior guard, will check in. And able to bury the second one there was Molly Hare. Wyndmere Lidgerwood with Quam. Quam in the backcourt as this will go to Paisley Urbis. Urbis up the floor to Reese Hosford. Hosford with the pass, and this will be a turnover here on the Warbirds. As for South Border, we'll play at Enderlin on Thursday. And for the Warbirds, they will play a week from today down in Wilmot, South Dakota, and then enjoy the holiday break, as they will have their next game then on January the 3rd against Sargent County. For the Warbirds here, 47 seconds left to play. Wyndmere Lidgerwood right-handed side to Urbis. Urbis with the pass. This one will be out of play. And another turnover here on the Warbirds. Back-to-back turnovers here in this fourth quarter. South Border, we'll see this into the front court right-handed side as they go to Marquez. She'll shoot the three. That'll go short. Rebound comes down to Paisley Urbis. Urbis in the front court here. Urbis finds it to Quam. Quam here at the top of the key. Warbirds will shoot the jumper just inside the three-point line. No putback. Two-pointer, good for two here for the Warbirds with Paisley Urbis. So Urbis gets the 2 points. South Border will bring in the front court as they will handle it left wing. Wyndmere Lidgerwood loses it for a minute out of bounds, and it will be out of bounds. South Border will handle the basketball. And South Border with Molly here to inbound it as they do. 6 seconds. Warbirds give it back to Quam. Quam will handle it, and that'll do it here today in game number 2. Wyndmere Lidgerwood 57-32 on the Bank North scoreboard. The Warbirds improve to 3-1 on the season, while South Border drops to 1-3. Our post-game show is coming up next. Again, your final 57-32, Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Ground North is a coffee shop and boutique located in the Bank North Mall in Lemoore, North Dakota. You can find a complete outfit at Ground North from sizes to small up to 3XL, ranging from sweaters, a variety of tops, bottoms, activewear, loungewear, and more. Ground North is open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information or to check out the latest styles, go online to groundnorthboutique.com. That's groundnorthboutique.com.
The friendly staff at Lemoore Drugstore reminds you from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at Lemoore Drugstore. Gear up for the winter season with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, Lemoore Drugstore has a Nebo car jump starter with an air compressor and power ports. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of Lemoore in the Bank North Mall. For more, go to LemooreDrugstore.com or stop in and check us out.
As we come back on our post-game show, join us is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That, again, is Valerie Mendoza here for the Warbirds, able to finish 6 of 10 from the floor, 3 threes, 17 points, and a couple rebounds and 4 steals. Valerie, first things first, a nice way to win. Obviously, back-to-back games here in the BC team. More importantly, get to 3-1 on the season. What did you just kind of see from your team this week that you hope to carry forward with you here, Valerie?
I feel like we hustled really good. Our defense, or sometimes we'd be good on defense, and then sometimes we'd get lazy like today. Since we had two games earlier, it was just very hard to get on it, but I feel like we ended up good.
Able to utilize some of your players, obviously you and Emerson Johnson, just kind of a steady Eddie there in the backcourt. What makes it fun to play with Emerson with you?
I can work with her really good. She's a great shooter. We know how we play, so yeah, she's great to work with. Summer
Steinhaus, just a very workman kind of a game. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 of 11 shooting. What does Summer do on the interior for this team?
She's very strong and aggressive, so that really helps in the paint, and on defense as well. She hustles really well.
Able to earn another win. You get a week off before you got Wilmot, then you get another week and a half off before you got Sargent County. So what's one thing that you guys want to work on here over the next week before you get to another contest a week from now here, Valerie?
Just on our next opponent, who we have next, it's all we're looking for, the win.
How fun is it to hit a couple three-pointers, able to play on college level floor, kind of get back in the old proverbial basketball shape when you can see a couple go down like you did today? What does that do for a shooter for you, Valerie?
Feels good. Hopefully I bring that on to the next games. Getting open and putting them in, that's all I care about.
Well, congratulations on the win, Valerie. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Valerie Mendoza with us here on our post-game show. Will continue after this.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, Strong bank, strong communities.
On our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, again, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. That goes to Valerie Mendoza. We go from there to our Agassi Precision Ag Play of the Contest, your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsborough. And the play of the contest here, quite frankly, in this one, a little bit of the rebounds for the Wyndmere Lidgerwood Warbirds with some second chance opportunities, but points in the paint as the Warbirds score 57 points in this one, and they would finish with 44 points in the paint. Just got into the interior a good chunk here today, again with Steinhaus with Emerson Johnson on the drive, able to see Jurdy and Dotzenrod on the interior as well here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Points in the paint, 44-20 in favor of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. That is our Agassi Precision Ag Play of the Game. Visit PlanterDoc.com. That again is PlanterDoc.com. 57-32 Warbirds with the win. 17 points for Mendoza, 12 points for Summer Steinhaus with 5 rebounds, 10 for Emerson Johnson with 3 boards, 8 points for Jurdy, 6 points, 8 rebounds for Sam Dotzenrod, 2 points for Frecking, and 2 points for Paisley Urbis. For the South Border Mustangs in this one, they would finish with 8 points for Ava Meyer, 6 points, 4 rebounds for Camden Wiest, 4 points, 9 boards for Macy Munson, 4 points for Caseman, and 4 points for Megan Munson as well. 4 points for Molly Hare and 2 points for Angel Newman. Warbirds shoot from the floor, 23 of 56, 3 of 9 from 3, and 8 of 9 from the free throw line, while for South Border they go 11 of 43 from the floor, 4 of 12 from 3, and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. South Border 1-3 now on the season. The Warbirds are 3-1. Wyndmere Lidgerwood, your 5th place consolation champs here in the Barnes County Girls Basketball Tournament. Join us in about 15 minutes as we'll get you ready for our next game featuring Maple River and Lemoore Litchfield Marion for 3rd place here on YourLiveEvent.com.